relax lounge. As you can see, the 2257 Chevy is complete. I have worked on it on little dribs and drabs here and there. Life has gotten in the way, so everything came to a, not a complete halt, but it certainly slowed down for a little while. As far as the modeling world of me goes. So it's all finished. Here are a few glamour shots. When I started this, it was just going to be a derelict vehicle that you would see roaming the wasteland in Fallout in a post-apocalyptic world. But then later on I decided that perhaps it should be straight off the showroom floor as it would be seen in 2257, when, as you know, they start to put jet engines in cars and head backwards and retro design the shapes and colors of vehicles, which is a time that we can all look forward to, I'm sure. That wraps it up. It's been an enjoyable build. There's been a few interesting spots. There's definitely been a couple things that should have been done better. What I need to do is fit things before I get to painting them, such as this tail hunk, whatever it is. I mean, that's a giant gap that needs to be filled. Also, the headlight bezels don't quite fit in there. They needed to be ground down a little bit. But by the time, I mean, this is a personal failing. By the time I get to this point, you know, that's the end of it. You know, I'm tired of looking at it. And spending another hour working on it to get those to fit up properly, and I don't care. You know, I've had enough of looking at it. Maybe one day down the road I'll think, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take that off and fill all that in and fix it. But today is not that day. And I say that it could happen because I've got I think it's a 63 Impala gasser that I set way too high in the front, and it needs to come down. And I'll fix it. But I was just tired of looking at it when I decided that it needed to be lowered. So I put it in the shelf with all the others, and I'll get back to it. It looks fine, but to me it needs to be brought down probably about 4 scale inches or so. Normally I'm working on 2 models at once. I don't like to start any more than that because stuff will get left behind. At the same time that I've been working on this one, I've been working on another 57 Chevy, same kit, but this one's going to be another gasser, and it's called the spare rib. And I'll show some pictures of it later on once it's finished. I've actually advanced pretty far in this one. There's not too awful much left to do, except I'm in process of, I've stenciled off the spare rib portion, and I'm in process of redoing this side. I didn't get see how it's got a black outline? That goes down first, and then the spare rib is a whole different new stencil. And I didn't get the inside portion squared up as it should be, so I've got to redo that. Anyhow, my main point is I try to only work on 2 at once. That way I don't have 7 or 8 partially built kits laying around. So now I'm down to 1, which is the spare rib car, and I'm going to be starting something else. I don't quite know what it's going to be yet. I'll look through my cache on ScaleMates. That's a good way to see everything you got while you're, because I've got, my models are in about 4 different places, and crammed away in cubby holes, and I can't see them all at once. But on ScaleMates you can if you take the time to enter all your kits in, you can see them all in a great big list, and you can decide what you feel like doing next. So if you don't have your cache or cache, I don't know how it's pronounced. I prefer cache. If you don't have that on ScaleMates, you should. It's an easy way to see what you've got. And if you're at the store and you just can't remember, you know, there's a kit there that you like, and you can't remember if you've already got one or if you've already got 2 or 6 of them, you can look at your list on ScaleMates right there on your phone, and you'll know whether you've got 1, 6, or 12 of them. The base that this is on is going to be the floor of a garage that I'm going to take my glamour shots in the future. I wanted to get it done for the glamour shots of this one, but like I said, stuff got in the way, and I've actually gotten a little bit behind on this one. It is also going to be kind of a futuristic looking thing. I've got several pieces that aren't exactly of this age that will be going into the little garage. I've got I 3D printed this, what do they call that, manhole cover. It says NYC Sewers, and I'll be painting that up rusty later, and then the big floor drain on that side. This is just a big sheet of styrene, and I painfully went through and taped all that off and cut out all the squares. So that's the end of the voyage for the 2257. It has been fun, but it's also had some challenges, and there's been a couple rookie mistakes I made on this one that I really shouldn't. I got focused on other stuff and let the easy stuff slip. So until I decide what's next, this will be it for the build logs. There will be some reviews coming out. I do have a stack of those that I need to get through. Subscribe if you like, and hit that bell notification, and you'll know immediately whenever my next video comes out. Thanks for watching.